come some lettuce, some rockets, cacti, okra, thyme, cucumber. I'm not even sure what these are. I have some tomatoes there. I think that might be some cabbage of some sort growing. Some of the things I've grown, I can't even remember what they are. But that's thyme at the back and some cabbage, cucumber. Yeah, this is just how I do it. Gardening is so therapeutic, I find anyway. Do you do any form of gardening? Let me know. These ones have been attacked by some sort of pest. So I have been treating them with some pesticide, natural, organic pesticide. What do you use anyway if you do some gardening? What do you use as pesticides? So we've got a bit more cabbage. And then some cucumbers. I have tons of cucumber. And in the corner there, the small little thing there, you'll see it later, is basil or basil, as some people say. Lots and lots of cucumber and tomatoes. Yes, cucumbers are just so great. And these are creeping around really nicely. So I've got some strings up on the wall to keep them off the ground. This is what I do, to just keep my hands out of my hair and give my locks a rest. We have some sweet peppers there, and those were just thrown in there. Didn't even intend to plant them there, but they started growing, just didn't get around to removing them. And the cucumbers are flowering big time. Can't get my words out. So getting plenty of sunshine. So that's the one I was talking about, basil. I love planting that amongst my things to keep the pest away as well. The fragrance, I think, keeps some of the pest away. So anyway, how are you? It's Deborah of Nonconformist Eyewear. Welcome to my channel. And this is my small garden that I have been tending for months. Some lettuce and some more, I think, cabbage and lettuce in there. And then at the back there, we'll see that later on, is I think some sage. So difficult to grow sage from seeds. I love succulents. I just love cacti or cactus. Love them, yes. That's sage and a little bit of rocket. I did transplant those today somewhere else. And I think these are either okra or a type of garden egg. And then my tomato nurseries. And I've got some onions in there. And back to the rocket and sage. Those are kind of just nurseries, seeing how they go. Yes, these hot peppers, I almost threw them out, but they were standing and someone said to me, just water them. We have some lemongrass, we have pomegranates, and cocoyam. Yes, pomegranate and cocoyam. I love cocoyam, I really do. And lots of papaya, baby papayas there, just growing, coming through. And in those tins there, I have got caged mint. I don't want the mint to take over, so I just put those tins around them to have some control over them. And these, I think, are either parsnip or swede, one of the two of them. I can't remember. No. But they're doing well. We have some more lemongrass and some tomatoes there. Some freshly planted lemongrass at the front. Pineapple, which I'm also growing, and they're coming along nicely. Now this in the tire is a type of I guess weed, but apparently it's used for tea. So we've got another pomegranate there on the side, a small one, and in here I have those bags with the leaves on them. I have garlic, we have coriander, or as my American friends say, cilantro, tons of cilantro. Yes, and more tomatoes. And have you ever smelled tomato leaves when they're coming through? They smell so divine. I use the tomato leaves in my salad as well. More cilantro or coriander. And tomatoes, cabbage, that grass or weed I was telling you about before. And keeping them, most people around here just pull them out and throw them away, but I like them. Some lettuce, different types of lettuce there. That's one variety on the left and another variety on the right. And some thyme. This one is thyme. My thyme is coming through. And that's the grass again I was talking to you about earlier. And some licorice mint. Oh, licorice mint is just divine. So nice. So nice. And in there I have a little thing that I made myself with some holes. Just an empty container I recycled. I punched some holes in there, and then I transplanted some basil and some mints. So these are all basil, and they're much bigger now. This video was recorded probably about a week ago, and they're much bigger than what they're looking like in the video. So I'm so glad they worked. I didn't think it was gonna work, but I experimented. I still have some more holes to fill. So yeah, I have tons of rocket. I love rocket as well. So nice in salad. Tastes so good. I have some pumpkin growing there and some tomatoes or tomatoes. Let me just stick with the British English or the English. Yeah, tomatoes, rocket, some tomatoes there as well. So I have these thorny things I put on the edges of my bed to keep the chickens off, because we have some chickens here as well, and they can be so naughty sometimes, just ticking up everywhere, especially when I've just done my beds, and I get so mad at them. But yeah, they're cool. Some tomatoes in between the pumpkin. Not a great idea to plant these together, because the pumpkin is very fast growing and they have these curly ends, and they wrap around anything around them. Anything nearby, they just quickly wrap themselves on it. These have got a much bigger, huge tomato bed there. Just all of that is tomato. Everything there is tomatoes. Yes. And these were all grown by me from seeds. Yeah. So I'm really impressed with myself. I haven't quite got green fingers, but yeah, these are doing really well, and you'll see something coming up pretty soon. Some more tomatoes there as well. And yeah, I staked these ones. I had someone put some stakes down for me the other day so I could tie them up, because I want them off the ground. And this is just something that grew randomly, but I just like the way it looks. Kind of reminds me of mistletoe. Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. I do have some sort of insect as well affecting some of my tomatoes. And so yeah, but someone said to me the other day, the best tomatoes are the ones that get affected by pests. So they're the best ones. I don't know how true that is. But yeah, I've got pumpkin growing really well, and I don't want the pumpkin to take over my whole garden. So I'm just keeping an eye on them and pruning them. These are moringa. That was moringa. Yeah, and some spring onions, which are bolting actually. Some cucumbers, some small cucumbers growing. I've got some strings hanging there to tie them when they start crawling all over the place. Yes. these are my spring onions, and some of them are flowering or bolting as well. So I had to clear the bed just to make sure that all the energy from the ground is going into the spring onions so they don't keep flowering. And yeah, so some more cucumbers, tomatoes. Yes, I think that's the same bed from a different angle. And in that small pot there at the bottom is no, the other one, this is moringa, and the other one I showed you was neem. I'm trying to see if I can grow neem tree and moringa tree as well. So I got them confused the other way around. You can see the hole? Yeah, so that's what's affecting it. Can you see it? Yeah, where I'm pointing there, that's where that's how it looks when the pest affects it. I just don't know what it is, but it's not that bad, and it's not all the tomatoes, just some of them. So I'm keeping an eye on those as well, but I have tons of tomatoes, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, and these ones are really good. No damage to these. Yeah, yes, perfect, that's right, those ones are perfect. And I've staked them and tied them as well. I have some lettuce here. I think those are maybe cabbage, tomatoes. These have gotten much bigger. They grow so fast because the weather is fantastic. The sun, yeah. And I've got so much gaps on this bed. I fill them up a bit more. Excuse me. Yeah, I fill the gaps up with more things. I think I did, or maybe I didn't, but they've just gotten much bigger. Yeah, tomatoes, small ones, and I stagger how I plant my tomatoes. I don't do them all in one go, so we don't have too much. Some sheep dung for fertilizer, some chicken manure for fertilizer, and the other one was cow. The sticks that I use for staking my tomatoes, and these are all mint that growing. More tomatoes, lots and lots of tomatoes, and another side of the garden with some flowers and some plants nearby. These are doing really well, really well, and I prune them as well a little bit just to keep them in tip-top condition. Is this cucumber or pumpkin? I think it's cucumber. I thought it was pumpkin to start with. It's so confused, but I think these are cucumber because pumpkin leaves are way much bigger. So I've recently tied these ones up. There's my crusty feet. Yeah, so this is just one of the other beds I showed you from a different angle. Some rockets, and can you believe all of this came from those beds? Some of the beds where I said pests was attacking my tomatoes. This is my first harvest of 2022, and I had lots more. I gave so much of it away, but these ones I am going to use some for cooking, and I'm also going to make some sun-dried tomatoes again. I made some sun-dried tomatoes and they came out so nice. So yes, cilantro, lettuce, coriander, garlic. I also have ginger growing somewhere there. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being in the house. I hope you enjoyed my little garden tour, and I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be a log video. Bye.